but like there's no hard feelings because like we both stopped working at the restaurant.
Right.
Like that's it. Like we didn't have to have some weird conversation that was like, what is this? We were just like, we clocked out.
Yeah.
like we're done.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Vulnerable. I am your host, Chelsea Vaughn, and happy almost Valentine's Day. Today's actually Self-Love Day. It's like an official day. I didn't know that. But if you don't have a Valentine, today is Self-Love Day. But happy Valentine's Day to everyone in Situationships, because I'm probably the only person that's going to wish you a happy Valentine's Day. No, I'm kidding. We're talking about situationships today. That is our topic. And my guest is Harry Hill. You guys might know him from his hilarious tweets. He is literally the funniest person that I follow on Instagram. It's at very Harry Hill. You guys should follow him, seriously. I tell everyone to follow him. Harry and I met like on kind of an influencer Vegas trip. And I've just adored him ever since. But he is going to be on the episode today. We're talking about how to define a situationship, which we didn't do a very good job, but we tried our best. And just like how to get out of one if you want to go from a situationship to dating, or even like, I don't know. Harry kind of brought up like interesting points about like, are situationships just situational, or like, is it just because that's the current situation? I don't know. It's a mess. Probably just like your situationship. But I love the episode. It's very funny. It's very cheeky. We do talk about the situationships, and then we do our Tell It Like It Is. So we did some advice. And Harry has his own podcast. It's called Harry Tales. And he actually records in this very studio that I'm at right now. So I don't know. Without further ado, we're kind of just going to get into the situationships today. But here is Harry. We have Harry Hill in the Vulnerable studio today.
Hey, Chelsea.
Hey,
I'm so
Harry.
happy to be here on the couch with you.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
In case you guys don't know, Harry is actually the one who hooked me up with my studio. So we have him to thank for the better audio in the video.
I have a podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, let's get right into. I have a podcast too. But yeah, this is so fun to see you in the studio. It's so cute in here now.
It's the same studio, guys. Harry and I actually met on a trip in Vegas. The best way to meet somebody.
Honestly, yeah. We went to Vegas together and we sat by the pool and ate pizza the whole time.
Cassie
Beach House, baby.
We lived at Cassie. So I always like to start off with a hot topic. I said last week that I was going to name this segment.
I know, and I was thinking, I was trying to brainstorm. I was like, what should she call this?
I figured
segment?
it out.
Okay, what is it?
What's going Vaughn?
That is so cute. What's going Vaughn, baby?
Yeah, we have so many puns in this podcast
Beautiful.
At this point, so let's just keep it going. So what's going Vaughn? The Grammys just happened.
The Grammys did just happen.
Yeah. So what was the big news? Beyonce.
Well, so I think the thing with the Grammys is like, it is like, the definition of Grammys is insanity, because we tune in each year thinking that it's going to be some epic, big, gorgeous thing. And then it kind of ends up just being this like mess, I feel like, every year.
Yeah.
Isn't it like, did you watch the whole thing?
I didn't watch it. I literally, no, I watched clips online.
Okay. So
I don't have cable anymore.
I watched all 7 hours of it. And the sound was all wonky. It was weird. And I also feel like we've set these artists up to kind of like fail in a way. Because like, I don't think they like accepting awards now, because if you accept an award, everybody online like just throws you to the sharks.
Like Harry Styles.
Yeah, like Harry Styles. And of course, there's like, so many big conversations that we could have about like, Beyonce versus Harry Styles. But I wish we could just get back to like pitting artists against each other for their art, right? Like I wish like it didn't have to do with like all the like politics and like stuff. And of course, like me saying that doesn't mean anything, but like.
I wonder if they even like going, like if they even enjoy it, if they even have a good time. Like I feel like they probably are like, this kind of sucks.
I mean, somebody posted a clip about, because when Harry Styles won, people in the crowd there were like booing him.
No.
And Taylor Swift stood up and they kind of clipped the video with Taylor getting interrupted by Kanye. And it made me start thinking like, was that the end of like, is that gonna live in everybody's mind now, both the artist and the audience? Like, when somebody's accepting an award, like, what if Kanye gets up here and like,
is Kanye even there?
No, okay. But like, he's notorious for like coming out of the woodwork and like,
Wait, are there regular people at the Grammys? I thought there was just people that were invited.
There's definitely regular people.
Okay,
I think there's like, well, maybe not like regular, but yeah, they had it. It was in this huge arena, or theater. I don't know what it's called.
Arena or something.
Yeah, crypto arena.
Okay. Because I'm like, who's booing?
There's definitely
like other celebrities.
Definitely normal people. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I think it's just, it creates this weird air where like the artist wins the award and then like doesn't want to go up there and accept it. Like, I think Harry Styles was clearly like, I don't really want this because I know everybody's gonna hate me now.
Well, I didn't see what he said. I only heard that he said like, this doesn't happen to people like me often. And everyone was like, what is that supposed to mean?
Okay, so I know. And I saw that and I was like, oh no, like, Harry, don't say that, whatever. But I saw someone talking about it again on TikTok. I'm like,
where we get all
I read something somewhere and it's like me watching a TikTok. And she was basically talking about how Harry Styles says that every night on tour. Like, it's one of the things Harry says. Like, I don't know what the context is, but clearly it's part of his like, like, and I don't know what it is.
Did he mean British people?
Or like fake queer people? I don't know what he meant.
He definitely didn't mean men, and he definitely didn't mean white people.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I don't know what he meant, but I did see, I still don't have the context, so I don't even know why I'm saying it, but.
Okay.
I'm trying to save him a little bit, but
I don't know him personally, so
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
What was your favorite outfit?
My favorite outfit.
Cardi
B looked amazing.
That cobalt blue crazy dress on. Good. That was cool.
Honestly, I loved Doja Cat's look. Like, I loved her hair.
Yeah.
Like that. I thought that was so cool. Taylor Swift's. You're a Swiftie, right?
I am undercover. Yeah.
Okay. Uh-oh.
I'm exposed.
Oh my God, I just outed Chelsea as a Swiftie. I liked Taylor's outfit, obviously, because I'm a Swiftie, a huge Swiftie. But I think who had a good outfit? You know who looked really good and looked very Grammys to me was Gayle. She's the one that sings, fuck you and your mom and your sister. Can I swear on this?
Yes.
Can I swear on Vulnerable?
Do you swear on Harry Tales?
Oh, absolutely. I'm like, what the fuck is going
on? Paris Hilton. She looked really good.
Paris Hilton looked really good.
Yeah. She had on like this, not sequins, but like rhinestone-y kind of, it's like something I would wear for
I
sure.
have this theory about Paris Hilton that she is like the only celebrity that stayed away from doing like hardcore stuff to her face. Like, I feel like she just like left it at like maybe some Botox, and that's why she just looks so good.
Yeah.
She doesn't look any different.
No, she looks like she's frozen in age 25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
truly.
That's what happens when you're rich, though.
Totally.
Like when you're rich from birth, that's different skincare, like different. Like,
there's something in the like rich water.
The water's different for sure.
Yeah.
No, she looks amazing. I think she's 41.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's always going to be like, 25 in my mind.
Speaking of people in their 20s, a lot of people in their 20s are in situationships.
Situationships. I'm so excited to talk to you about situationships.
Yeah, so let's try to define situationship for anyone who might live under a rock.
Well, I've been thinking about it. Like, how do we define it?
I think that's kind of the problem. There is no definition. It's like just a clusterfuck.
The thing about situationships to me is that we've had situationships since the dawn of time, but we just came up with like a new name for them.
Yeah.
I think they used to be called lovers. Like, you would have a lover,
yeah,
right? And now we have words for everything, and we have infographics to explain everything. And I think situationship is very of our time.
Yeah.
What do you think situationships are?
I actually love the word. I just think it's like a fun, cheeky
cute,
word. Like,
yeah.
I think it was a good one. Whoever came up with it, props. I think it's defined by being undefined. Like, if your relationship is defined, you're not in a situationship. But if you're in that gray area where it's like, I don't know what we are, should I have a conversation and ask them what are we? Like, I don't know if I should, like, I want to date, but like, I don't know if we're dating. That's a situationship.
Yes.
Yeah.
To me, a situationship, I don't know why I immediately thought of lifeguards, but like, okay, let me explain. Because I was trying to think of how to define situationship. To me, situationship is like you start working as a lifeguard and then there's another lifeguard and you guys are like, wait, like, do you want to like maybe like go out after we like save some drowning people? And then summer ends and you both go back to your lives. Wasn't that a situationship? Because like situationally, you guys were both sitting in like cute red sweatpants and putting sunblock on all day. And then summer ends and you both go back to your like cities or places and it ends.
I think that could be a situationship, but I never thought about it in the way of like the actual word situation.
Like literally like a situation.
Yeah.
I don't even know if situationally is a word. I was trying to think of my past situationships.
Okay, tell me.
Well,
have you been in some?
Of course.
Okay.
But I've been in both. Like, I feel like we just came up with two different ways to describe them. I've been in the one where like I'm hooking up with the bartender while I'm the host. And I've also been in the one where it's like, wait, what are we? And like, should we talk about it?
Okay. I've never thought of, I love that you just kind of like changed my mind about the definition, because I've never thought about it like you just happen to be in the same situation.
Well, I think because I like to try to, when there's like a big trendy word or like just TikToks about situationships, and
right.
I feel like they have a negative connotation. Do you feel that?
Yeah, for sure.
And I try to be like, well, why do we have this negative connotation? I feel like there's a different conversation about how like now we feel like people are disposable because of dating apps. And that's like a different conversation, but I think it taints situationship as we know it. So I tried to come up with like a situationship. To me is like, we're both in the same place at the same time. We do it. And then like we go home and like, like, you know what I mean?
It's like, I love it. It's the most wholesome version.
I think, and I will say, I think that version is more wholesome and more positive.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't really lead to hard feelings as much as it's literally like we were in the same place at the same time. It's not that hard to explain.
Right.
Whereas the situationship that I think everybody is talking about is the one that is like, we're just not going to define this because we want to have options and not commit to anything.
Yeah. I think the reason situationship gets a bad rep, is it rep or rap? A bad rep? Like reputation?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
bad rep.
Yeah.
Okay, I think why it gets
People
a bad,
say bad rap though
is because it's like everybody is aspiring to be, not everybody, but like I'm saying societally, aspiring to be in like a committed relationship or aspiring to marriage. So if you look at it from that lens, then it's like if you're in a situation where like this person doesn't actually want to date you and they just want to hook up, then that's why it's like negative. Because if you're aspiring to this goal, like this end goal of like being with someone forever, and someone like doesn't even want to claim you as their girlfriend or boyfriend, then that's why it's like kind of negative.
Totally. And
yeah.
I think that needs to be put on the table up front. Like I have friends who I feel like I'm pretty upfront about it, but it is weird because I did end up in a situationship where we did have to define it. I actually was seeing this guy and he kind of works in media, and I was with my friend who's also like works in media, and there was an article written about this person, and it was kind of like a journalist follows for a night, and we ended up being written about in the article, and it was like, and they're boyfriends and they're like kissing at the table. And the article came out, and that was what made us talk about it, because I was like, we're not boyfriends. Like, I don't care what this article says. Like, we're not boyfriends. So like, we need to figure this out.
So you were the one that was like, I don't want to be official.
Yes.
Okay.
And yeah. So I guess, am I the
No one's
situationist?
To blame. No one's to blame here.
But I guess it kind of raises the question, is it bad to want to just date not for marriage or not for like a long-term thing? Like,
no. I don't think it's bad. Like, I don't think it's
As
good
long
versus bad.
As long as both parties know.
Yeah, as long as it's clear. What I think ends up happening, especially in a lot of like hetero situationships, is people don't talk about it up front. So like, I happen to be a person who likes, I don't date to date. Like, I really don't. It's just not my personality. Like, it's not my vibe.
You want to date for like the long.
Yeah, like if I'm dating you, I see potential in this going somewhere. I'm not just like, I don't want a pen pal. Like, I'm not doing this for fun. Like, I could be by myself for fun. Like, I could literally have more fun alone than like messing with some guys that are like annoying me.
Yeah.
If I don't see long-term potential in you, like, I don't care. So I would like to know upfront if you don't want to be in a relationship.
Yes.
Like, please tell me so I don't waste my time.
Yes.
But I think a lot of times, and like, I'm not trying to drag women, but like, this is true. A lot of times men will say, I don't want anything serious. And then women will hear that and be like, okay, well, he doesn't mean that. Like, I can change
like, his mind.
He hasn't like been with me yet. Like, he said that about like other people. And sometimes there are exceptions to the rule. But like, a lot of times it's like, he said what he said and he meant it. So I don't know.
I think that's true. And definitely not dragging women.
No.
But it is, I was thinking about this in terms of like straight versus gay situationships. Obviously, I don't have experience. We only have like one experience.
Right.
But I think that there is something to be said about straight people are more typically the ones to get married, whereas gay people aren't. I'm just talking out of my ass. Like, I don't know if that's a real stat, but like, I think, I don't know. But I do think with dating apps, like everybody is susceptible. Is that a word?
Yeah.
To a situationship because people do be swiping and they are like, I definitely have trouble when I'm seeing someone like the thought of like, what if there's someone better? Like, what if I'm not?
You're one of those.
But like, I can't make a decision about anything. I can't pick which restaurant to go to. I can't pick which color to paint my nails. So like,
aren't you a Libra?
Yes.
Yeah.
So trying to like figure out, it's just like, and I don't know how to get it to stop. I don't know how to like get it out of my head. Like, I don't know how to like focus on one. I don't know.
Have you been in relationships?
Yes.
Like,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I think my longest relationship though was like 8 months.
Okay.
So that's like I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, we were together for 4 years.
Right. Do you consider yourself a commitment phobe?
I consider myself a commitment phobe, but not only for relationships, but like for everything.
Every
kind of.
decision.
Like, I literally need to buy a couch right now. I moved in late October.
It's been a while. Yeah.
It's February. And I still haven't bought a couch because I'm like, there's so many options. There's so many colors. What do I do? And trying to do that with a breathing person.
Yeah.
It's definitely an issue. It's definitely like a story that I want to stop telling about myself.
I feel like I'm kind of the opposite. I'm not like always in a relationship, like that kind of person. But like my first relationship I was in for 5 years. Like, I'm not.
Yeah. Okay. So you have experience.
But like right after that, I was in a situationship that was like 8 months long.
That's a long situation.
I know. And I feel like people get stuck in them. So like people had asked me like, how do you get out? Like, how do you go from a situationship to like officially dating? Because mine was a very specific situation.
It's situationally a situation.
It was like whatever. I just got out of my relationship. Like there was a guy that I liked from Atlanta. I'm from Atlanta. And so then I started talking to him again, and then it was like kind of like long distance. So like that's why it was dragged out for so long, because like, we didn't live in the same city.
Distance will help a situationship blossom for sure.
But I also like kind of accidentally fell in love with him, so like that was a problem.
Oof.
And then I had to end it. But
oh no.
I didn't want to end it.
How recent was that?
This was in 2019.
Oh, okay.
Since then I've definitely been in other situationships, but it was more like, I think it was clear from the beginning, because like I don't lie to people. I'm like, I want to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
Like that's who I am. From the beginning of dating people, like from Hinge or whatever, we start dating, and then like it gets to like about the 3-month period, like 90-day trial period, and then that's when things either go like, you're gonna make it far, or like we're gonna end this.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I've been in a couple of like 3-monthers like that. But like I end it by like,
Three-monthers.
yeah, by
You should
having
coin that. 3-monther. Yeah.
No, everyone knows what I'm talking about though, because I feel like around 90 days, that's when it starts getting.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I'm big on having the conversation. Like I'm not afraid of it. I'm like, hey, if I decide I want this guy to be my boyfriend, I'll just be like, hey, like I don't want to date anyone else. Like, what do you think about that? And depending on their answer, we'll date or we won't.
Do you date people, multiple people at the same time? Because I know people that do that. I don't do that.
I don't do it.
I'm not a commitment phobe, but maybe a little bit am.
Run it back.
I am, but I'm not like a player. Like I'm not like, I don't, that to me would stress me out. Having multiple, like I can text one guy. Yeah. I can't be texting multiple guys. Like I can barely text the one.
I'm with you. I can't date more than one person at once. I think not even because I like am so committed and loyal to the one person. It's just because I don't want to do it.
Totally.
Like it will stress me out and
absolutely.
Like it's more work for me. And also it's very hard to even find one guy that I like want to talk to, let alone like 4 at the same time. I don't know how people are doing this.
Are you currently dating?
I am.
And do you ever use social media as opposed to the apps to like meet guys?
I have. I've slid into a few DMs.
DMs are where it's at.
Not very successfully though. Like
I feel like I keep doing it and I don't end up with. I don't think it's successful.
Yeah.
The 8-month relationship I had was from Bumble.
Okay.
So.
The 3-month situationships that I had were like Hinge, and one was like The League.
Hinge feels like it's like kind of where it's at. I feel like all my friends meet like the hottest guys on Hinge.
I think Hinge is like the relationship kind of vibe app. Like if you want to hook up, you'll go on Tinder.
Yeah.
I don't really know what Bumble is.
TBT to Tinder. I feel like I haven't been on Tinder in
but
like a
where are the gays at? Like what's your app?
I mean, I don't do Grindr.
Okay.
I think that's really popular with the gays. I don't do it, but
that's like known for hooking up.
Yeah, that's like such a hookup app.
Yeah.
Like I said, I like do the DMs. I just like
what?
I just like, and I don't know. It's like Same Old Mistakes by Rihanna. Like I don't know why I keep doing it. I think it's just ease, and I keep like I don't know. I don't know why I keep doing it, but I need to stop. I need to buy a couch and I need to stop sliding into DMs. Yeah.
I think like sliding into DMs can be successful though. Like some people literally are like, yeah,
met their
whatever,
person. Yeah. But have you had a situationship like the one I was talking about with the lifeguards? Like, have you had like because
actually, yeah.
And like those situationships, like I said, don't really end in like weird feelings or like whatever. Like when I was working at a restaurant, I was a host and then a server, but there was a bartender. And we would like, restaurant culture, we would all like go out afterwards. And then like me and him were like, and then it was cute at work. We'd be like behind the bar together,
right.
Like whatever. Like it was so cute and so fun. And like we still sometimes like each other's pictures or something. But like there's no hard feelings because like we both stopped working at the restaurant.
Right.
Like that's it. Like we didn't have to have some weird conversation that was like, what is this? We were just like, we clocked out. like we're done. Like it's good.
Okay, but I think what would have happened when it gets weird is when one person catches feelings. So like say you were just hooking up because you just happened to be in the same restaurant and then he just was like, hey, I actually want to keep seeing you after we clock out.
Ooh. I feel like we're not behind the bar anymore. We can't do this anymore.
No, that's actually perfect. I feel like. So I have been in a situationship.
Successful situationship.
Well, I wouldn't call it successful. Basically, I had like a core COVID group.
Okay.
So like my best friend who I lived with was dating a guy and his best friend. So it was like the 4 of us.
Wait, that's fun.
So we were just like the only 4 people that we could see because like, that was our COVID bubble.
That's like literally situation.
Right. But then, I mean, it lasted a while because, I wasn't COVID. COVID was a while.
Yeah.
So this ended up being like all summer. And then like it got to a point where it was not. Well, I ended up going on The Bachelor.
So that'll end it.
So that if that's one way,
Yeah.
if you guys want to end your situationships, that you can
Go on The Bachelor.
But yeah. So then when I told him I was going on The Bachelor, then it got weird because then all of a sudden it was like, oh, you have feelings. I thought we were just having a good time because we were in the same apartment.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So maybe a situationship. There, like, is there a time? You said you were in an 8-month situationship. So I'm just trying to think of like, I would love for someone to come out with like the definitive situationship, like definition,
Handbook.
timeline. Yes, handbook. Like what? But I guess that's the whole point of it. Is like they're like first thing you said was that they're defined by being undefined.
Right.
Which I think is a great way to put it.
I think there are people that have been in like 5-year situationships. For
See,
sure.
that to me, I'm just like, and it's true.
Yeah.
And I see friends date people that they like kind of feel like they're stringing along or they're being stringed along by.
Right.
And I can't do that.
Couldn't be me.
I no, like power to you, like get strung along, but like I can't.
Yeah, but it sounds like you're the stringer in these situations.
I'm like, I'm not the stringer. I just
Okay.
like, I think I am upfront and I will be like, look, I'm just like chilling. Like, don't fall for don't.
I feel like it's fair game if you tell them up front. But like someone says, oh, don't fall in love with me. They're probably going to.
I should. Yeah, this is like making me want to like go on. This is making me want to like try. That sounds bad, but I also haven't dated. Do you ever go like a long period of time without dating?
Yeah.
Without dick? I feel like I went like I had a really busy like second half of 2022 and I literally didn't see a guy for like 6 months. Like like it's been a minute. And once you're in that mode of just like being alone,
Right.
It's really hard to get somebody back. Like it's hard to give somebody your time that you've like had yourself for so long.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'm trying to get back out there.
I think that living alone, were you living alone before this apartment or this is your first time? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Living
I think
alone
living
is,
alone like kind of exacerbates it too because I'm like, I'm chilling here. I'm good. I don't need anybody else. I don't need to hang out with anyone else.
Literally.
Like, so it kind of puts you in this mode where you're like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah. Like I'm good.
Okay, let's take a quick break and then we'll come back and we'll do Tell It Like It Is.
Beautiful.
Okay, this is our advice segment where we tell it like it is.
Amazing.
We had someone named Lauren write in and say she's hung up on a short situationship. So that sounds like a 3-monther to me.
Definitely 3-monther.
She's asking for the best tips to move on.
To me, I think when somebody expresses that they're not interested, I'm assuming that Lauren got maybe the boot.
Yeah.
If somebody expresses that they're not interested, just move on. No, I think to me, I would like take a minute, take a breather, and really ask yourself if you want to keep seeing someone that like isn't interested in you. I don't know. Isn't
Right.
that what do you think?
Harry doesn't have any tips because he's always the one giving someone the boots.
It's not like that.
Yeah. Okay, Lauren, this is what you have to do. Block.
Oh,
This
okay,
is step
great
one.
one. Okay, mute.
Block, mute. No,
out of sight, out of mind.
I think you should block.
In this digital age, see, I'm too much of a pussy to block. I'm mute. I'm like everything's okay. Everything's fine.
Silly Bren, yeah, I swear to God.
Just gonna mute.
No, I think you gotta block because when I mute people, like I'll still creep. Like you're muted, but like I can still go search your name and go look to see what you're doing and watch your stuff. Like the block is for me.
I honestly am not sure I've ever blocked someone. So if you block someone, you can't see their stuff.
You can't. No, they don't exist to you. Like they're gone.
How do you
stuff.
get them back?
You would have to unblock them, but that's like kind of embarrassing because if they looked at your page, then they know that you blocked them, so they would know that you unblocked them. So it's like you're thinking about me.
Okay. I mean, at this point, don't we all have like the burner account to like?
That's true.
Lurk.
Yeah, I mean, no, you don't want to lurk because you have to get over them.
I would say mute. I mean, maybe I'm just so online. My screen time is 14 hours a day.
Same.
So like if it's not actually, it's like 11. But if I don't see someone on my screen, I really will like,
Yeah.
they leave my mind.
Okay. Well, I'm going to assume Lauren's like me. We creep.
Okay.
Block them so that out of sight, out of mind really does work though. Like when you don't see them anymore coming up, like you stop thinking about them. And tips to move on. I mean, what you said was good about like, do you really want to be with someone who doesn't want to be with you?
To me, I just like, isn't that, I don't know, like, I would be like, I was seeing this guy for like we went on like 3 dates, but I started doing the thing where like, I was like, oh my God, like we're gonna get married in like a beautiful like house and he is gonna like drive this car and like whatever. And I was working at the restaurant. But I was seeing this guy, and right before a shift at the restaurant, he sent me a paragraph that was like, I'm just like not emotionally available right now. Like, I don't want to do this, like, blah, blah, blah. And mind you, he DM'd me before he moved to New York and was like, hey, I'd love to like meet you for a drink once I get to New York. And we went on like 3 great dates. And then he was like, paragraph. I wasn't mad at him. I was sad for me. I have not looked at his page in so long, but there was a moment where I like kept like checking in. But what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Like on to the next.
I think that
Let's get on to the next.
3 dates is probably like, that was like the most amount of time where it's reasonable for him to like paragraph. Like, I feel like that's like
anything longer would have been like, fuck you.
You weren't too deep in it.
No.
But
as much as I was pretending that we were, I like wrote a poem about him.
Aww.
Like it was so stupid. I had an emoji of a dinosaur next to his name.
What does that mean?
He liked dinosaurs.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that so cute?
Yeah, I think that
take the emoji out of his contact name.
Yeah.
First things first.
No, just delete it.
Yeah, delete it.
Because when you get drunk, you're gonna want to text. Delete it so you don't have the temptation.
Good call.
I think that the tips to move on are just, I mean, like, know your self-worth. Like, even if she broke up with the person, like I had to break up with my 8-month situationship, even though I was very much in love with him and I didn't want to. Oof. It was like a self-worth thing. Like, I was like, I am better than this.
Yeah.
Like, I deserve to be treated better than this. Like, I'm done.
Yeah.
So, like, that could have been what happened to her.
Yeah.
But it still hurts. Like, it's still
absolutely
hard to move on.
Like allow yourself to feel annoyed and in
sad.
Pain and like take a bath, listen to Taylor Swift and just know that somebody else is around the corner.
Yeah, I believe in you. You're fine, Lauren. You'll find somebody else.
Go, Lauren, get it.
Somebody else asked how to approach intimacy when you don't have much sexual experience. So like I'm kind of like I need more context on this because I'm like,
yeah.
Are you in a relationship and you are trying to approach intimacy with this person and you don't have a lot of sexual experience before the relationship?
Like, I want to know, like, how far she's gone so that we know, like, what we're dealing with.
That's true. But, like, what is sexual experience? Like, she hasn't done a lot or she hasn't had a lot of partners?
Sex is weird sex is weird.
Yeah.
Like, period. Like, being naked with somebody else, it's fun and beautiful and, like, can be all those great things, but, like, it's weird.
Yeah.
And I think... kind of going into it with like the knowledge that it's weird can kind of ease that. And if you're able to, I would say if you feel comfortable with the person, also there's nothing wrong with like waiting.
Yeah.
Like I love to like wait. I love to like let it burn.
Yeah.
And like really get to that point where it's like we can't wait any longer.
Yeah.
And that also gives you the time to figure out if you're comfortable with that person. If you're not going to be able to like be naked with that person and like be able to like, you know, giggle through it or like just like have fun with that person. If you can't have fun and giggle with the person with the lights on, with your clothes on, how are you going to do it with your clothes off? Like,
no, I agree. I feel like if you are feeling weird, like, or uncomfortable about, I don't know, even having the conversation that like you're less experienced or having a conversation at all about sex, then like you probably shouldn't be having sex with the person.
Yeah.
Like,
and I feel like if you're able to talk about sex with the person,
right.
then you can like, it will lead to you guys taking your clothes off and like figuring it out.
Right. Yeah, I love what you said about waiting too. I'm a big
totally
waiter.
wait.
Yeah.
You can totally wait. You don't, and it's like
no pressure.
It's not even like it's not like, I feel like we normalized like I don't know, being. I think it's fine to wait, and like it really will help you get to know the person better.
Yeah,
because what if you don't want to take your clothes off with someone? Have you ever like fooled around with somebody who you were like, why did I do that? Like, ew. Like, why did I like ew,
once they're close,
why did I let them in? Like I don't like this. Like, get out.
I haven't because I'm like, first of all, I don't have sex with a lot of people. And I also like take forever to have sex. Like I really want to, I want to know you.
Totally,
I want to
like,
trust
wait
you.
it out. Yeah.
I want
Figure
to
it
feel
out.
like it's going somewhere.
Yeah.
Like I'm not just like whatever, having sex with whoever. So like by the time I've gotten to that point with people, like no, there hasn't been one where I'm like, ew, what did I do this?
Okay, yeah. So I mean, I've like definitely just like, I think, you know, that's a good waiting, I think, is always good. Figuring it out is always good. And sex is weird. Like I said, you don't need to like have what is
experience.
Of course, if you do it a lot and you like know what you're doing or whatever, but like every experience is going to be different also. With every partner, it's going to be like a different, I don't know. I think
I would say like don't stress yourself out about it. Like
it's so much easier said than done to be like, just like be chill.
Okay, yes, but like,
yeah,
it's not that big of a deal. Like, I feel like if somebody wants to fuck you, you're not gonna like. If you're like, oh, I've only had sex twice, they're still gonna want to fuck you.
Yeah.
Like,
also, I would never say that. I would never like. I would never
it's only
like
my second time.
Like, yeah, I would never like. Why divulge that? They're not gonna know. They're not gonna be.
No.
They're not gonna be like. Actually, like mid thrust, like. I think you've only had sex twice before this. Like, is this your third time? They're not gonna do that.
No, but I think for me, like, it helps calm some anxiety on my end.
Totally. So that it's not like written on your forehead.
Yeah, like
so
I'd rather I'd rather be like upfront, like, hey, like have a conversation about it so that I'm not worried about it like when you're going down on me.
Of
like
course.
I don't want all these things.
And that's like where we go back to like talk about
Right.
it. Like, yeah.
Yeah, everyone has different sexual experiences. Like
ease in.
Everyone lies about their experience too. So like don't worry about it. Like
totally.
Don't stress yourself out and like just have sex with someone that you're comfortable with and you're good.
Beautiful. We did that.
We nailed it. Okay, so for my final question, I love to ask all my guests, is there anything you want to be vulnerable about?
Okay, I love that question. I don't think I've ever been asked that question like point blank, like straight up. And you asked me, you gave me a warning, which I loved, because otherwise I would have been like, I have a zit on my lip. I was literally like, okay, I could either like be funny about this and like whatever, or I could like be really deep. And so I think I'm going to go somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
Which is, I think right now I'm feeling kind of in like an arrested, I'm 28. And so I'm going to turn 30 soon. And I feel like the 30s are like the next chapter. And so I'm feeling that kind of like late 20s, like what's up? And I think I'm feeling like I'm in a bit of like an arrested development state, because I've been posting, I'm like a shit poster for my job, right? Like I just like post random funny stuff on the internet all day long. And I'm finding it hard to like mature, if that makes sense. Like I'm finding it hard to like, how do you like become I feel like Hannah Montana. I feel like Miley leaving Hannah Montana. I'm like, I'm ready to take the wig off, but like, who am I without the wig? Like how can I get myself into a more mature zone while maintaining like the stuff that I'm doing?
Do you mean in the
I know
context
this isn't like
of
like I'm not like asking for advice. I'm just like this is like I was thinking about it and I was like, huh.
But like, are you talking about in the context of like work in the internet? Or are you talking about like in general?
Kind of both.
Like as a person.
And it kind of goes back to like dating and everything we're talking about, because it's kind of like the episode Sex and the City where like Stanford goes home with that guy and the guy's house is full of dolls.
Yeah. Please tell me how it's like this.
Because it's like I have I just like there's a lot of like content pillars. Like I'm always like posting about like American Girl dolls,
Yeah.
Glossier, like things that are typically more like, you know, for the younger set, right? Like people have been like tried to say that I'm more Gen Z, even though I'm like definitely millennial,
right?
94. And it's like, how am I? So it's like, how do I go on a date with a guy and try to be mysterious when he could just type in my name on Instagram and it's like literally like me posting random like memes about American Girl dolls? Like, do you see how that could kind of be like, I want to show up to the bar on a date and be like, hello, you don't know anything about me.
Right.
Like, let me like paint a picture. But I feel like it's already painted for me. And so it leads me to be in this like moment of like, how do I get out of this?
I feel like I can relate to that, even though I already turned 30, but like,
I think everybody can relate when they're trying to like move on to the next chapter or like stop telling the same story about themselves, or like, I mean, you're a public figure. Like, you know what it's like to have people be able to like look at your whole life before you even meet them.
Yeah. I mean, you could definitely Google me and see a lot, or listen to my podcast. Like,
don't you ever want to just like wipe the slate clean and like show up and be like, hello, you know nothing about me. I know nothing about you. Let's start there.
It also feels like almost like an invasion of privacy. Like, I know, okay, cool, I guess I'm a public figure.
No, literally.
But it feels like an unfair advantage.
Absolutely.
You know a lot about me.
Yes.
Easily from a Google search. And like, I don't know. And it's not like I was talking about like I've been on dating shows where I'm like literally talking about like like the reasons why I shaved my head because of my insecurities growing up in a white like town. Like, it's very personal things to me that like I wouldn't have told you on a first date, let alone probably like a sixth. And people already know that about you. So that is weird.
So I feel like that's like the more mature version of what I'm talking about, because it's like, I don't really, like, I don't think I've like said, my version is more like bitty baby. You know what I mean? My version is more like, oh, he posts like American Girl doll content. Like, what is this? Yeah. And I want to show up and be like,
just Harry.
Yeah.
I feel you. It's almost like we have to have a persona. Yeah. Like there's an internet persona or like a media personality and we're able to, persona.
Like, we've been doing this long enough. Like, we know how to like turn on and turn off, and like we know that like we are like real people.
Right. I don't know. I talk about this with my therapist like once a week, because she's like, you are this person and you can't, like, you need to be like yourself. And I'm like, I am myself. Yeah. So then it's like very tied to like the person that I present and the person that I actually am.
Literally.
It's a real struggle.
We're still working through it. The most recent date that I went on, I went to the guy's Instagram and he was private, but it said follow back. So he was following me, but I had to like, and I was just like, I said that on the date. I was like, it's just like embarrassing. And he was like, I mean, we met on Twitter, and he was like, it's just like a weird place to meet someone, because it's like, you really think you're going to get a successful relationship out of a Twitter DM.
I don't know how you even meet people on Twitter, but okay.
But he was like, I mean, it's linked in your and I was like, I know, but like, it's not for you. It's not
for you. Yeah.
It's literally not for you.
That's so funny. Wait, I was just learning about Saturn returns yesterday. Yes. So like, it's from age 28 to 30. Are you in your Saturn return? Because I think that's when like there's a lot of angst, and then like once you break out of it, that's when you figure it out.
I think my friend likes to compare being 28 to being 18, where you're like on the verge of like the next moment of your life. And I do feel that. Did you feel that when you were 28?
Yeah. I mean,
do you feel better now when you're 30?
I still feel a little, I turned 30 in August. So I'm still trying to figure it out, but like apparently like big things and like life transforming things happen during your Saturn return, and it only happens like every 28 years. Yeah. So like on year 28, like that's when I like applied to go on The Bachelor, and my whole life changed. Okay. So like, okay, it's holding up. Yes. But like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that much about Tenor. I literally was reading about it for like an hour yesterday, and that's all I know. But
maybe I'll apply to go on The Bachelor.
Yeah, we need a gay bachelor.
Have we not, like, I don't know why that isn't a thing yet, because it would just be like gay guys fighting.
I mean,
like, is that why?
We just got a black person like 5 minutes ago, so
Baby
I don't
steps.
know. Baby steps for sure.
Crazy.
Harry, thank you so much for being here.
Thank
today.
you for having me. I'm so glad we got to talk about situationships.
I know.
What a fun, like, trendy topic. I feel like everybody's in a situationship.
I know.
Whether you're a lifeguard,
a bartender. Yeah.
great.
But I want to come on your podcast for sure.
Oh, absolutely. You have to.
Plug your podcast, tell everyone where they can find you.
Yes, you guys can find me at Very Harry Hill on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter.
Wait, I would just like to also say that like you are one of the funniest people that I follow on Instagram.
Oh my God, thank you. That means a lot.
So funny. Like you're literally I laugh out loud at your stories.
Oh my God, get out of town. Pish posh, applesauce. But I also have a podcast here at Hoff Studios called Harry Tales. So if you like listening to what I have to say, I talk more about pop culture. I'm not as vulnerable on my podcast. So I'm glad I got to be vulnerable here with you. So
love. And if you guys want to follow me, it's at Chelsea Vaughn and at Chelsea Vaughn _ on TikTok. Can't get rid of that pesky underscore. And then we're on YouTube now, so you can watch this episode at Vulnerable Pod.
Beautiful.
But thanks, guys. We will see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.